Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for April 11th to the 17th. Let's see what we have coming up here for you this week. Embracing. So opening yourself up to connections, to a new journey, a new path. There's also something here about embracing yourself. Also, maybe some of you are also kind of coming into this reconnection with parts of yourself that you're newly getting to know or uncovering or kind of getting acquainted with. And so there's this merging with yourself as well. It's like you're becoming whole. And that is going to start catalyzing some changes in your life and, the people that you're around, or even a change in, I'm hearing change in interest in work. So maybe some of the things that you have been focused on in work, I feel like your interests may change or kind of veer off into new directions or different directions that feel more in alignment with the part of you that feels more whole versus before. So it's like you're really changing and, you're going through this really big metamorphosis. And I feel like there may have been parts of you where it was difficult to kind of embrace before, but I feel like you are starting to really love this journey because it's starting to kind of feel better and you're feeling more and more yourself than you've ever have been before. So it's an interesting experience. I kind of feel like it takes some time to kind of come around to that transformation or that journey. And I feel like now there's more of an open-minded to change, open-mindedness to starting off on a new path. Very, very beautiful. I like this, actually, this energy. Okay, so we have memories of the past. What else do we have coming up here for Gemini this week? Five of Air, okay. I heard moving in silence with the Five of Air. Moving in silence. What else do we have? The Page of Water. Okay, let's look into the Six of Water here. Okay, working on something, working through things, working very hard and reconciling memories of the past. So I'm hearing like covering ground. It's like there are things in the past, or maybe childhood, or even a past connection, relationship. This could even show up in terms of connections and relationships with other people, like not just romance, but could be friendships, could be really anything, but it's almost like backtracking. There's like this backtracking and taking a look at one's past, like looking at who was I? What did I used to like? What kind of person was I before? And there's like this remembering. It's like there's this inner work that's happening there's like this detective work that's being done on something about the past, or maybe who you used to be, maybe like in childhood, maybe some interests you used to have, or what you used to be like. Like maybe you find yourself being very different now based off of, just experiences you've had up until now, but kind of like almost remembering. There's like this remembering, trying to remember, who was I? And again, with that embracing, it's like there's this integration, right? It's like there might have been parts of us we had to abandon, disown, forget about. And now it's like we're kind of going back and seeing how doing that might have contributed to us feeling disconnected now. And so now there's this spiritual journey or awakening that we're going through where it is catalyzing us to kind of go back to square one, far as back as we can remember the last time we felt whole. When was the last time I felt like this or like that? And it's kind of like trying to put the pieces together and working on this working on this integration. Interesting. Okay, what else do we need to know about this? Oops. So there's like this missing of the past, missing something. Feeling remorseful, grieving, really missing the past. What are we missing? Longing. Like there's like this longing or missing. Like for some it could be I miss those days, or I miss my friends, or I miss when I could just do this and that and life was great. Or I miss that connection. I miss that person. Missing something. What are we missing? Trying to start again, recreating, like wanting to rebuild something in one's life, kind of like bring something back alive with that Ace of Fire, and trying to figure out how to do that with the Page of Earth, like exploring, researching, again, that detective work, like learning, how do I bring this back into my life? How do I cultivate this back into my life here? What are we wanting to bring back into one's life for Gemini? Clarity, breakthrough, having a breakthrough with that. Sun, happiness, joy. Okay, so there may be some kind of breakthrough that kind of happens with this transformation, this remembering of oneself, or remembering something from the past and wanting to integrate something back into one's life from the past. There's like some happiness, joy, transformation. There's something progressing forward here. What else can we know about this? Four of Earth. Bringing in some kind of, laying down some groundwork, and also protecting this thing that we're trying to create. Messenger of Earth. Yeah, so there's all this building, committing to something we really want to cultivate and bring to life. And it's like we're in that beginning. It's like we've done some inner work by retracing our steps and going back into our past and kind of figuring out what am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something, or I like almost like I dropped something somewhere and I'm retracing back my steps. So it's like within that finding, or within that looking for what we dropped, we are discovering that missing piece. And now we're trying to integrate that back into our life by laying down some groundwork, by making that commitment to ourselves of what we want to bring back. There's that clarity about what it was that we're missing, what we want back. What is it that we want back? What is it that we're missing? That Gemini is missing. We want to create. What do we want to recreate? What is Gemini trying to bring back? Rebuild. Oh, wow. Okay. So something with the heart. Maybe it's a relationship, 10 of water. So emotional fulfillment, happiness. Going back to those times when we felt emotionally fulfilled and happiness and whole and complete. And look at that Ace of water. Opening up our hearts. Love. What do we love? Who do we love? And there's that Messenger of water. So these three cards fell out when I asked, what are we trying to bring back or recreate? So this could be very much a relationship. The last time we felt like our heart was alive and felt this overflow of emotions. So this could be a relationship, or it could be something that we loved, that we might have had to leave behind or let go of, that we want to reintroduce into our life here. Okay, let's go into the 5 of air. So here I heard moving in silence. So can we have some more information about this for Gemini? King of air, look at that. Yeah, there's something here about being very methodical, planned out. Like even in this card, it's like he's wearing a mask. You know, he doesn't want to be seen. He doesn't want his plans to be revealed. It's like he's doing everything kind of secretively, moving in silence. What can we know about this? Justice, bringing balance back into one's life. Karma, balancing the scales of karma, making things right. What are we balancing out? 10 of earth. our stability, our security? Where did we lose our grounding? Our energy as well. I feel like there may have been a depletion in energy here, because Pentacles can also show up as our life force energy, the thing that sustains us, that energy that sustains us. And we may have felt like there have been a depletion of that. There has been an imbalance in that. This could also be an imbalance in power as well, because of that Justice card. So trying to bring balance back into our life by restoring vitality, by restoring our abundance, reclaiming that. And this King of Air may be kind of working silently to figure out how to do that. 9 of Water. Yeah, happiness. Focusing on one's happiness, focusing on what is going to bring me my happiness, what is going to bring me my fulfillment. See, again, 2 of Air. So being very closed off from the people around, like not really wanting to reveal. 2 of Water. So again, see something about a relationship, or this King of Air could be very closed off to a relationship, or being very, there's something about a connection that's very beneath the surface, but he doesn't want something either to be revealed, or he doesn't want to look at it. And the King of Air could be male or female. It's not gender specific. I just said he because it's a King of Air, but it's, can we clarify this 2 of Air and 2 of Water? Does the King of Air not want to look at it, or is it something he's trying to conceal from others? 2 of Air, 2 of Water, King of Air. I have a feeling it's something he doesn't want others to see. But at the same time, it's like within himself, within his own heart, his own mind, he is very focused on knowing what brings him happiness and joy. But for whatever reason, it's not something he really wants anyone to, be in his space. He doesn't want anyone in that space. So very protective of his thoughts. The 2 of Air and the 2 of Water. Clarify. Yeah, confused boundaries, strong boundaries up. Confused on what to do, how to do something, how to approach something, in what way do we do something. But with this 9 of Fire, I also kind of feel like, again, like someone secretly working in their laboratory kind of thing, like doesn't really want anyone to know, sets up those really strong boundaries based off of experiences from the past, needing to shield off one's energy. What are we, can we have more information about this? 2 of Earth. So working on creating some kind of change, being at a crossroads when it comes to trying to balance oneself through some kind of change in life. So this could be like a change in career, moving somewhere else, changes in the home, some kind of foundational change here. What's changing for this King of Air? A Magician, manifesting something. It's like it's like the King of Air has been manifesting change. And that's what's kind of wants change. Yeah. Okay. 5 of Earth. See, again, the 5 of Earth. So there's some kind of something that this King of Air might have invested in. And based off of past experiences here with the 9 of Wands, like learning from those past experiences, one is realizing where they may have invested their energies into the wrong things because there has been an imbalance in that energy. So with that Justice card that we had earlier, we're trying to bring balance back into that, and we're trying to bring balance back into our life. And through this retracing of steps, we're kind of looking at where do I feel like I made an investment in the thing that is now in my life causing some kind of imbalance. So trying to restore that and trying to right that wrong, not necessarily it's a wrong, but it's kind of like, where was there an imbalance that kind of I'm now being affected by. So I feel like this King of Air is trying to restore that and finding that he's realizing that one, he may have to kind of do things in a way where the plans aren't entirely being revealed to the people around him. But there's also something he's manifesting some kind of change. And that's what this King of Earth here is, So the King of Earth, he's also very good at knowing what to invest in. So I feel like through these experiences from the past, this King of Air is now also embodying the King of Earth, using that wisdom of what's good to invest in and what's not good to invest in, and kind of starting over again, wanting to start again and doing it right this time. So we have the Messenger of Air here. So this could be clarity, receiving insight from spirit, speaking one's truth and getting really in touch with one's truth. I kind of feel like this Messenger of Air is more about communication with oneself, really, connecting with one's own voice, authenticity, truth, speaking, using one's voice. And so is the King of Air. King of Air is very much in line with one's truth, one's integrity, honoring oneself and one's authentic expression. We have one more here. Yeah. So seeing the truth about something, having that uncovered, and now kind of being presented with this task of bringing balance back into one's life. Okay, Page of Water. We need to know about the Page of Water. So this is a new beginning in emotional fulfillment, is what I'm seeing here. I really feel like one is trying to create a new beginning that has more happiness, more fulfillment, more joy in one's life. Because there may have been something that was missing in some form or another there. And so this is a desire to start again or start a new page or a new chapter in happiness and fulfillment, and understanding what that is. Patience. So waiting for that new beginning, that it will come in divine timing. What else do we need to know about this Page of Water and the Patience card? Oh, look at that. The World, yeah. So the ending to a cycle here, ending to a chapter, karmic cycle. But there is the Patience card, so it's kind of something that is moving along, maybe a bit slower than what we would like. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So having a lot of passion towards having our eyes on something, a new journey, new path, maybe a new connection. Nine of Earth. Wanting to create some independence and freedom for oneself. Yeah. Freedom for oneself. What can clarify the Three of Water? Okay, yeah. I feel like there's someone here that is craving a sense of, I'm hearing free choice. So a choice to, live life on their own terms, because I feel like there may have been some energy here where maybe someone didn't get to in the past. They didn't get to kind of choose what they wanted for themselves. Maybe they had to kind of adhere to some expectations or, some requirements of the family that they were in or society that they were in. For whatever reason, I feel like there may have been like a suppression in one's voice, like one's inner voice, like having a say in what they got to do for themselves or what they got to choose for themselves. And so there's this journey of realizing that, and maybe that's where something feels like it's missing. And so reclaiming that for oneself could also mean that it's challenging one to really grow and stand in their power, this Emperor card. So I kind of feel like this King of Air, this King of Earth is on this journey of reclaiming their power and stepping into this Emperor position here. Yeah. Knowing where their abundance is, knowing where they're going to be able to really plant something in the ground and know that it's going to grow, know that it's going to be sustainable, and it's going to provide abundance for the long term here. And a passionate new beginning here, reclaiming one's childlike innocence is what I'm hearing here. So maybe someone may be connecting with their inner child and reconnecting with the things that they loved to do when they were kids, or wanting to, remember those parts of oneself. And the Four of Water. So being very reserved with one's emotions, kind of holding back, and not wanting to put their emotions or their energy into things that may feel depleting or may feel very restrictive here. Six of Earth. So I kind of feel like there may be something here about kind of holding back from a community with the Six of Earth, because a lot of times the Six of Earth is also, our connection or our relationship with the people around us. So sometimes this could be family, this could be our workplace or some kind of community organization that we're a part of. But there's like this, flow of energy between these tribes or these groups that we're a part of. But the fact that we have the Four of Water next to it kind of tells me that there's something about it that we feel like we want to hold ourselves back from, or we kind of want to protect our energy from, because something is not fitting or sitting right here. Can we have another clarifying card for the Four of Water and Six of Earth? King of Water. So this is all about honoring one's heart, like knowing that, something is not right for us, or I don't want to put my energy towards this or give my energy towards this or my emotions, and staying true to that, staying loyal to oneself in a way. Can we have one more for this King of Water? The Three of Fire. Yeah. So it's kind of like wanting to go in another direction, wanting to move in another direction. And so it feels like someone's like pulling their energy out of the things that they have been involved in, because they're seeing how it may have been actually depleting them. And so this clarity is bringing them to take action on what they're picking up on, take action on what they're feeling, honoring that. And so there may be this sense of like pulling our energy back to preserve it, and to also have this intention of kind of steering our ship or pointing our compass in another direction where we believe will be more fulfilling for us. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Fire, the 10 of Wands. So this is all about allowing ourselves to bring endings to our life in whatever shape or form that means. So it doesn't have to be necessarily in connections with people, but it could be connections with patterns, with cycles, with things that have become too heavy of a burden to bear, things that we no longer see the need for, the purpose for, other than the fact that it just feels like a heavy weight. So I feel like this is all about navigating this change of allowing ourselves to kind of put things down that we don't really need to be carrying anymore here. We have a clarifying card for the 10 of Fire. Yeah, see? The 9 of Air, the 10 of Fire. So something that has caused quite a bit of inner turmoil, a lot of stress. And I feel like there's something here where it's like we might have had to just learn to, again, be in that survival mode, being in that place of, I just have to deal with this, or I have to learn how to carry this burden, or learn how to, cope or survive somehow with this thing that I've been given that's very heavy. But I feel like there's an ending to this. There's like, I don't want to carry this anymore. Can we have one more? The 9 of Air and 10 of Fire. 3 of Earth. Could be a collaboration with some kind of group or some kind of, again, people, community. I'm kind of seeing that there's this desire to break away from some kind of group or community here. Take it as it resonates, but we have one more. Could also be like a work environment, something that just doesn't fit right. We have one more. Yeah, divinely guided. Oops. This is divinely guided. I feel like someone's higher self is kind of telling them, it's time to make a shift. It's time to make a change. Or spirit is kind of guiding someone. It's time to make a shift. I want you to see the truth of this and see, and see the reality of maybe some kind of dynamic or energy that you have been trying to carry. And it's like there's this prompting or this pushing from spirit to kind of like nudging them, nudging someone. Okay, so I'm hearing nudging someone out of a space by making something glaringly obvious. So it's almost like if someone is like almost like knowing that, they should move away from some kind of toxic situation, for example, and at times they may find themselves kind of going back and forth. It's like that, it's just going to make it, Spirit's just going to bring something else into the picture to make it even more obvious, to the point where it's like you can't deny it anymore. Because it's like there's something about it that may be a bit like, you have to look at this. You have to see this for what it is and what it's doing to you. So I feel like there's something here. And take that as it resonates, may not resonate with for everyone, but that's the message that I'm hearing here. So, okay. Okay, guidance message for Gemini for this week. Guidance for Gemini this week. Tiny triumphs. I love this actually, because this always accumulates to the bigger picture. So I feel like this is what you're focusing on. I feel like you have the bigger goal, the bigger dream. You understand where Spirit is trying to lead you or what it's trying to, guide you towards. And I feel as though your approach though, especially with this like moving in silence, kind of strategizing and planning out your exit plan, or kind of leaving behind a situation, or detaching at least from a situation that is becoming very heavy. It's like, that, okay, I think I need to start, going in this direction, but I can't just like drop everything and go, right? So I kind of feel like there's this approach of one thing at a time to kind of shift the energy, like make those small shifts. Because at the end, it's like at some point, a lot of that energy is going to accumulate into one big shift. So I feel like it's going to build up, and that's what we're focusing on every day, kind of putting our energy towards the change that we want to manifest, and then moving away from where we are. Okay, let's do one more. Another guidance message for Gemini this week. Intention, yeah. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe. Yeah, so I kind of feel like with this, there is a challenge of really being honest about what you want, because there may be some things, especially if it's like a relationship or something like that, really challenging us or testing us to have an open heart and be very honest. Do you want this person or do you not want this person? Set aside all the fears, set aside all the things that could go wrong and all the things that could just happen that are just disastrous, like all that catastrophizing to the side. Do you really want this? Is this really what you want? Like if you're not, don't think about anybody else, or don't think about just what does your heart want? And I feel like that may be a bit of a challenge for some, because it's like, we put up our walls or shields and kind of try to protect ourselves from getting hurt. And that's, I feel like, for a relationship. But if there's other things, it's kind of being bold with, if you could pick anything or have anything, what would you pick? And not really think about, the things that could happen from that. So I feel like it's a bit of a challenge, but this is what Spirit is kind of testing or placing in front of someone and saying, like, if you could have anything, what would you pick? So, okay, Gemini, very beautiful reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you for next week. Bye, Gemini.